Hello, Capricorn. This is your July reading for the remainder of July. And you have some major arcana that I'm going to move around so that I can understand what's going on with your reading, okay? Now, the first card that popped up is a family that represents work that was put into the family, okay? It represents a family that work was put into, and clearly the card next to it. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave everything as it is. I'm seeing a family that work was put into. Given that this is a Capricorn reading, I can only assume that you were the one that put some of the work into this family. It could be somebody else that put the work into this family. It looks to me with the Three of Pentacles that you were not alone in the work that was put into this family. And it took strength on your behalf to stick around to get your family to the place where it is. I feel like you're in a spiritual union, and I'm going to pull clarifiers on all of these cards. But sorry about the flies. It's summertime, and I've got flowers out, and that's a perfect combo for all these flies. I feel like some of you are in a spiritual union, but I feel as though with this spiritual union, I feel as though some of you may be daydreaming about what this spiritual union is really about. See, I'm getting the sense that some of you think that you want to get married. I'm sensing that some of you want to get married, but some of you are daydreaming about how great this relationship is. And you're putting a lot of work into this relationship, but I want to ask, is the other individual making the same sacrifices that you are for this type of relationship? Or are you doing all the work for this spiritual union? Just a question. I'm going to pull some clarifiers so that I know. I feel as though other people are involved, helping you out with regards to some type of income or some type of building of something. You're trying to build something. And you're getting the advice from other people in order for you to build something. I see that you're a very strong individual, but I also see the death card, and I want to know why this death card is here, because I want to know, did something have to die in order for you to become strong? Did something have to die in order for you to start building whatever it is you're trying to build? Did something have to die in order for you to put the work in? Did something have to die in order for this family or for this couple to get to a point where they felt like they wanted to get married? I need to know, why is this death card here? Spirit guides and angels, please make it plain. Capricorn, what I just sensed was that something does need to die. It has not died yet. And what needs to die is you handing out everything that you have to give. You're going to lose it all if you continue to do all the work for this spiritual union. And when I see this card next to a spiritual union, I know that you are daydreaming about how good this relationship really is, because I'm sensing that you're the one that's putting most of the work into the relationship. You're the one that's putting in all the sacrifice. And what needs to die is your desire to be the one to make it all happen, so that the other party that you are involved in doesn't take all. I'm sorry, that is what I see, Capricorn. When it comes to this strength, I feel as though either you are communicating your strength or you need to communicate your strength with this spiritual union. This is my main concern here. Because I always want to make sure that whatever spiritual union that anyone is in is actually a spiritual union. Just because this card pops up does not make it genuine. Especially when it's your reading and I see that you're the one putting in all the work. I mean, with all of these readings that I have been doing for all of these different zodiacs, I am clearly seeing that there's always one party putting in more work than the other. Excuse me, and you have to understand that that is not what relationships are about. The other party has to also put in as much work. And if you cannot honestly say the other party is putting in as much work, I would date this individual. I would not marry this individual. Yes. When it comes to the planning of what you call yourself planning with this Three of Pentacles, with whomever it is you're working with, I'm telling you right now, the cards are showing that you will be backstabbed at the end of the day. That is what these cards do. They warn. They warn. Or they either tell me what you've been through and what you're dealing with. I feel as though this is an upcoming situation that you need to be warned about. And with that being said, I hope that you listen well, Capricorn. When it comes to this sacrifice, I would like to know, are you the one making the sacrifice? Or is the other party making the sacrifice? No, you feel left out in the cold. You feel left out in the cold, like the other individual doesn't care as much as you. So can I ask you, based on what we've pulled up so far, can you tell me, why do you feel in such a rush to do this? This means marriage. And then when I see a spiritual union and daydreaming next to it, and then a whole bunch of work that you're putting in, I just want to ring the alarm and let you know. Date the individual a little longer. Because their true colors are going to come out in a little bit. You don't see them now. When it comes to the work you're putting in, I'd like to know what type of work. Okay, some of you are trying to get past some of your childhood issues. And you feel as though this other party is helping with that. But what is their motive? So that they can be on the up and up. I am telling you the truth. And this daydreaming. Tell me about it, spirit guides and angels. Yes. You are not seeing things fully. The moon represents the fact that you were not seeing everything for what it is. Capricorn, please keep your eyes wide open for the situation that you are in. This spiritual union, the card that goes on top of here, is going to tell all. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords represents somebody who deals with things violently. Look it up. Look it up. I promise you, look it up. The Knight of Swords is someone who deals with things violently. He violently uses his logic. So I'm looking at somebody who has the potential or who is already verbally abusive. When it comes to this marriage that you want, Capricorn, when you realize everything that I just told you is true, you are going to be fish grease hot. And you know that you guys have a temper just like everybody else. And I am telling you, once you realize that you have been lied to and you don't know the full story on this individual that you called yourself literally wanting to marry, And when you find yourself really left out in the cold because you've been betrayed, because you trust this person with your finances, and when you realize that you gave them everything that you had to give them because you love them, but they did not love you the same, and you're being strong for not only yourself, but for them as well, and you're communicating that, and they're loving every moment of that, and the only thing that they're doing is sitting and giving opinions about your upbringing as if they really know the full story. And that's the only comfort that you're looking for. Now here's my question, Capricorn. Aren't your expectations a little higher than that? And I'm not preaching, I promise. I'm just telling you, I see something coming into the mix that is not good for you. That is not something that you're going to be happy with at the end of the day if you jump in and make a decision to marry somebody. I see that you are thinking of marrying somebody that you think you have a spiritual union with, but trust me, a lot of what you think about this person is what you have created in your own mind. Have you ever found yourself in love with somebody and then realized that what you fell in love with was what you created in your own mind about that person? Well, that's what this card means. It means daydreaming. You sat and daydreamed up a partner. And that's not who this person really is. And that is what the moon is clarifying. I'm going to conclude your reading. The Page of Swords is an individual who delivers messages of intellect. Somebody about your age is going to warn you and tell you the same thing that I'm telling you. Just give it some time. Came upside down, but I don't feel like doing any upside downs right now. If you want to be happy, and you want what is really, truly yours, you want to be happy. That's what you want. I'm seeing that. You want to be happy. Then what you need to focus on is you and what you have to offer. It's cool if you want to date. It's cool if you find yourself with somebody that makes you feel good and that you like to be around. There's nothing wrong with that. But what's not cool is jumping in a situation knowing that you have some money and then this person's plans are simply to drain you dry and take everything from you. Capricorn, be warned. Please be warned. I see it in plain sight. And if you doubt me, and if you think that what I'm telling you is not true, number one, I told you. The Page of Swords is going to come and tell you the same thing I just told you. And not too far away time from now. One of your friends is going to come to you and tell you that this person is not good for you. This person has violent tendencies with regards to their intellect. The way that they choose to perceive things has a violence about it. The Knight of Swords is known to be a violent individual. He violently communicates. So basically, he's verbally abusive. And you already know this. I'm going to pull one more ending. Please look at yourself and ask yourself, why do you feel that you need to make this move so fast? That's what introspection means. The Ace of Wands means that that is the energy that you have to utilize for the remainder of the month. The Ace of Wands means that you have an opportunity to use, actually you have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Either you have some money or you're going to get some money. And then the Ace of Wands means that you're going to make logical decisions with regards on what to do with it. And I hope to God, spirit guides and angels warn you prior to you making a decision, because you are being urged to be financially independent, not paired up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this individual is the type of person that will sit there and mock you. Look at this picture. This picture is of somebody who's got 3 swords in his hand. The other 2 people who walked away, they're not injured, but they've been defeated intellectually. They've been beat down mentally to the point where they put their swords down and they didn't even want to fight anymore. Do you get the gist of what I'm saying with regards to this card? This person that you are with is verbally abusive. You know it already. Why do you feel as though you deserve that? You don't. This card also means a pivotal point in your life. If you make this decision to marry this individual, things are going to change, and not for the better. That's what tarot readers do. We warn you. We let you know. We let you know. Right now, you already feel left out in the cold. You're making all the sacrifices. The other individual is not. You're putting in all the work. The other individual is not. And when you finally realize exactly what type of character it is that you're dealing with, it's going to make you so angry that I fear you may bust a move. And then when you bust a move, instead of letting the spirit guides and angels deal with it, the wheel turns. No longer do you see that blue, healthy figure at the top. That ominous red figure runs to the top, which means you're going to have to deal with the consequences and the baggage of your actions because you got so angry and you lit some shit on fire, in so many words. I promise you, I'm not preaching at you. I'm warning you. I'm telling you, if you want to date. Marriage is different. Don't marry this individual. And don't date anybody that makes you feel mentally defeated. This person likes to play mental games. This person likes to be manipulative, and they are violent about it. They are verbally abusive. And Capricorn, for those of you whom this resonates with, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and you left your comments. With that being said, my warning to you is do not marry. If you want to date. That's different. You don't have to marry this individual, because if you do, you know what's going to happen? Everything that you have will now be at this individual's disposal. And I don't feel as though they are genuine to begin with. You better communicate your strength with this person, and you better make them think twice about trying to mess with you like this, and about trying to like put you out in the cold and like tell you secrets and like, you know what I'm saying, tell you what you want to hear. You better let this person know what you're made of so that they can think twice about what their plans are for you. Because you already know that this person is not giving nearly as much as you are. You already know that this person is verbally abusive and has already hurt you and made you cry. Why would you marry someone like that? You are creating in your mind what you want this individual to be. You're daydreaming about what you want this individual to be. And then you're saying, I'm in love with what I have created in my mind as to what this individual is. And then later on, when you find out that this person is all about secrets and lies, that's what the moon represents. Look it up. That's what's going to happen. This ain't the Queen of Wands. This is the King of Wands. This is the king of, I'm going to light some shit on fire. If I realize that you actually play me like this, I'm going to go ham. So let's avoid all of that by just simply dating. You don't need to marry this individual. This individual, for some reason, I feel as though wants to marry you. Do you want to marry this individual? That's my question. You're putting in all the work. This person's not being completely honest. You actually have some coin. You actually have some money. However, you're trying to build something for yourself. And this person has plans to backstab you with regards to what you're building. The only thing that this person is offering you right now is there an agreement with you with regards to your upbringing? Because right now I feel like I'm talking to possibly somebody that's a little bit on the young side. And they're viewing their parents as maybe like the culprits and like some horrible people. When really and truly, you know, parents generally give rules because they want to actually teach you something. So because this person is in agreement with you with regards to your upbringing and how you felt about it, it makes you feel as though, oh, okay, me and this person are on the same page. I'm telling you right now, you and this person are not on the same page. You want to be happy. And marrying this person is not going to provide.